Well, this here is the all-new Mahindra Neo Sport. And before you think that essentially it's just a facelifted version of the Conto, let me tell you that the chassis is all new. Well, for starters, Mahindra has given it an AMT automatic transmission, which means that it does have a USP against most of its established rivals. Well, so is the Neo Sport an exercise in futility from Mahindra because they already have the TUV 300, or is it a better choice than the TUV 300? Well, at least it looks bolder than that car, but we'll find out the answer to that question on the show today. Well, the boot is bigger than both the Conto as well as the TUV 300. And talking about the boot, as you can see, there's no sill, it's very low, which means that you can put in those heavy bags without putting your back into it. And there's also this step away, which means whoever's going to sit here has easy access to this tall and high-set car. So overall, a good job by Mahindra. Well, the front seats, as always, have been set to my driving position, and my height for reference is 5'10", and even then I have plenty of knee room over here. And the best part is that as you can see, headroom is more than adequate, and I must say that I do prefer sitting upright rather than slouching down. So what that means is that even if you are someone who is around 6 foot or a little taller than that, the back seat of this car should not be a problem at all. Well, the other good point, of course, is the fact that the floor panel is absolutely flat, which means whoever's sitting has plenty of place to keep his feet. And this car is generally wide at the back. It's much wider than the EcoSport, which means that sitting 3 in comfort should not be a problem at all on those long journeys. And with that big glass area over here, this cabin feels very airy and very comfortable, and really is a very spacious place for anyone who enjoys sitting in the back seat. Well, if you love the high-set seats of an SUV, then you will surely enjoy sitting inside the Neo Sport, because the seats in this car are much more higher than the ones on the Toyota Innova as well as the Ford EcoSport, for reference. So in that sense, you get a very commanding view of the road ahead, and you really do look down on other puny hatchbacks. So in that sense, a very good car. In terms of overall quality, the plastics are at par with the Ford EcoSport, but slightly behind the Maruti Brezza, but that's quite okay because this car doesn't really compete directly with the Brezza. In terms of practicality, you get these 2 cup holders over here where you can of course keep your favorite milk drink, or you can of course keep a small bottle. The big bottles won't fit here, but you can of course fit them in the door bins. Also, you get a huge tray where you can keep your sunglasses and other paraphernalia. And Mahindra have also given it a hidden compartment behind the handbrake where you can keep your cell phone and hide it away from the passengers at the back. But because this of course is the automatic AMT version, we've got these armrests on both the driver as well as the passenger side, which means that you can simply sit here relaxed and forget about changing gears. Well, in terms of equipment, you get 2 airbags on this top of the line version. You also get audio controls on the steering wheel, and that brings me to the top things which are very cool about this car. It's the first ever 7-seater sub 4 meter car which comes with cruise control. You also get an eco mode for the AC, which means that when you don't really need all that cooling, the engine will be more fuel efficient. Well, the chassis is the same one as found on the Scorpio, which means it's lighter than before. And also, the Neo Sport is the tallest compact SUV in the market now. Well, so the Neo Sport comes with a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder diesel engine which develops about 100 bhp of power and 240 Nm of torque. Now, these are the best figures in the compact SUV space at the moment in India. It is more powerful than even the Ford EcoSport, which has about 99 bhp of power on offer. So that's a pretty good thing. The best part, of course, about this engine is that it's a very refined unit. And when you are cruising, there's very little noise from the engine which is coming into the cabin. In fact, when you are cruising and doing speeds of about 80 or 90 kph on the highway, then the most noise which is coming in the cabin is from the AC's blowers. In fact, when you are cruising on the highway, the maximum sound is coming not from the engine but from the blowers of the air conditioner, which really goes to show you how much hard work Mahindra have put into this engine. Well, on the downside, the automatic gearbox is a little lazy to respond to throttle inputs, and it does take a while to get going. And even in the manual mode, it's not the most alert gearbox. It does take a while to respond to your inputs. Well, but that said, if you are someone who enjoys driving in a very sedate and sensual manner, then the Neo Sport will reward you, because this car, remember, is all about hassle-free driving. The other good point about the Neo Sport is its suspension. Now at slow city speeds, some of the potholes do filter into the cabin, but that said, if you are doing higher speeds, then this car will go over that rumble strip without any fuss at all. And also, if you are someone who does a lot of highway trips, then this car feels very stable on the highway, and it does take out most of the bumps and potholes on those badly surfaced roads without any problem at all. So in that sense, a good car for cruising on the highway over those long distance journeys. Well, talking about the handling of this car isn't in the same league as, say, the Ford EcoSport is. And when you are, of course, turning it into high-speed corners, then there's plenty of body roll. And to be honest, how many people actually buy these cars for their sporty handling? I mean, where and when do you get the chance to test the limits of the chassis on these cars? So in that sense, the Mahindra Neo Sport is pretty good in delivering comfort, an area which most people really do care about. Well, so in summary, let's talk about the positive points of this car, because there are two main points. The first one, of course, is the fact that it has a very bold and very mature SUV-like look and an SUV-like stance. The second one is the fact that it has a very refined diesel engine. And on the negative side, the handling could have been a lot more better, and the AMT gearbox definitely is very lazy to respond to any throttle inputs. Well, but that said, in summary, if you are in the market for a car which offers you the bold and macho looks of an SUV, but has a very compact dimension and also comes with the hassle-free nature of an AMT as well as 7 seats, then the Neo Sport really does have a very strong case for itself. But if you want something different but from the Mahindra stable, also check out our review of the TUV 300 by clicking over here. But if you want something bigger, bolder and a little more premium, then also check out our review of the Honda BRV by clicking over here. And as always, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on this link above. It's bye for now and hope to see you soon.